Alright. We're on to chapter 12. Kinda smashed out a fair chunk of the book last time. And almost just about halfway. About one more chapter and we're halfway. So, nearly done. Oh god. Might have something in my throat. I mean, at the rate this book is going, anything could be in my throat. Anyway. Chapter 12. Meg. Oh, hang on. Seems like Meg and Hades are in this little spot here. Again, this is not the right Hades, but good luck trying to find the real Hades. There we go. This is my own Disney comic, alright? Anyway. What game are you playing, Hades? He strokes a hand down the back of my thigh, directly over the welts he stripped there. A comforting touch, and still a reminder of his power. Everything is like that with him. Always has been. Layers upon layers. There are days when I'd give my right eye for him just to speak plainly. Just once. I already know his answer won't satisfy before... he says... hang on. Oh, I can't reach it. Oh, God.
A deep one. Oh.
That's the wrong... Oh, my shit got reset. Oh, no. Oh, no. Technical difficulties. Katee, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Oh, shit. What the fuck are my settings? Oh, God. A deep one, love. No, that's too fucking... You know what? Hang on, I can't even reach the fucking thing. Sorry, I got a new, like, booster seat and I'm sitting on it. It's like, it's... it's really tall. I'm not used to having a... Oh, shit. I'm not used to having a chair like this. And I gotta reach over my fucking, like, $4,000 keyboard to get to it. Alright. Anyway. It's karma right there. It is. Oh. Hang on. I should move my fancy sound thingy closer. I'm afraid to touch it though. I'm afraid to bump it because I know if one of the cables at the back is loose, and if it gets a little loose, it fucks everything. So that's why it's covered in like layers of dust. It does not move. Anyway, I look down at Hercules. Oh shit, hang on. Hercules is down here. Get him smoothing in there. He's like, he looks like he's plastered on the floor. His body has gone slack with sleep. The adrenaline dropped, knocking him out. As surely as a drug. If we can't rouse him enough to get him down to his suite, he'll end up here on the couch. It won't be the first time something like this has happened, but my stomach twists at the thought of him waking up and thinking he's abandoned. He's an innocent.
He's from Olympus. There are no innocents there. Not in the circles he's moved in.
Again, just to reinforce the fact that he is a demigod from Olympus, by the way. Working a restaurant job, mind you, affording a very expensive apartment in New York City. Next to a ramen shop. But anyway, finally, a hint at the truth. I should have made the connection the second Hercules picked that as his safe word, but I'd been too busy wallowing in anger and self-pity. I lean back enough so that I can see Hades' face. He's too young to be connected to your exile.
Yes.
No elaboration. And why would there be? Everyone thinks that Hades talks to me, that he divulges secrets to me and me alone. He used to, but that was a long time ago, before he started shutting me out. Now, When I'm actually trying to reach him, despite every instinct screaming at me to protect myself, he's still shutting me out. Frustration blooms in my chest, chasing away the last bit of buzz from the scene we just finished. I wish you would just talk to me. He strokes my jaw. For a moment, the barriers between us disintegrate, and I can see how fire-trucking tired he is. Tired down to his very soul. An exhaustion that could swallow mine. It's only a moment though. I blink, and then he's the... And then he's the enigma again. Sorry, I read that as enema for a minute. A soft smile playing at his lips.
Trust me, love.
Oh, there's more, hang on.
We never used to have such reservations when it came to following my lead.
Hurt lances my chest. A deeper pain than the cane welts. Closed out yet again. A demand for trust that he stopped earning when he stopped talking to me. Did I really think this time would be different? That he would suddenly change his ways? I know better. 1,000 times over. My throat burns, and I look away. I'm very tired. I'd like to go to bed. For the briefest hesitations, I think he may actually change his mind and let me in, but Hades just nods.
There is a meeting with the liquor distributor at 10 tomorrow.
Just business. Always just business. I'm aware. I grind out. Stupid to let this hurt me. I slide out from beneath Hercules' head, and it's only sheer force of will that keeps my knees from buckling when I stand. Hades may own me in every way that counts, but he's no longer my safe space. I'm not even sure if he ever was, or if those bright years were just a figment of my imagination. An illusion a desperate girl wove around herself. Oh, yeah, and the man she viewed as her savior. I let the blanket drop and walk on steady legs to my discarded clothing. It's not uncommon for subs to navigate the club in only a blanket, or naked. But I'm not a normal sub. God, hang on, I got a cough. Oh, fuck. There we go. Sorry, who wasn't a normal sub? Oh, yeah. My clothing is my armor, and no matter how dazed I feel right now, I can't afford to let anyone see. The underworld is filled to the brim with predators, and it's their nature to pounce on weakness. Even me. Especially me. I'm almost to the door when Hades speaks again.
Megaria.
I stop. Yes?
You pleased me greatly tonight.
I resent the warm flush of his words, that his words bring. Sorry, hang on. I resent the warm flush his words bring. Pleasure at pleasing him. I walk out the door without another word. Hades will see to Hercules. It's not my problem. And staying in that room a second longer is just asking for the emotional breakdown I can feel barreling down the tracks in my direction. Sorry, that was a long sentence. I had to fucking take a gale force breath after that one. Alright, it's just Meg now. Shit, where the hell was that? I have to get out of here. But leaving the building isn't an option. Not when I'm feeling so off-center. It takes me 6 minutes to make it down the back way to the living quarters and lock myself in my suite. Even then, it's not enough. I strip out of my clothes, but with each step reminds me of the beating Hades delivered, of the way Hercules fucked me with his tongue afterwards. If that's not a metaphor for the— oh shit, fire truck! Sorry, fire truck! Shit! Sorry, I slipped up there a little bit. If that's not a metaphor for the two men, I don't know what is. Pain and pleasure. Pleasure and pain. Both will kill you in the end if you're not careful. I need a shower, but I'm too fire trucking exhausted, Emotionally, mentally, physically, take your pick. I drag my finger through my hair. I already know I'm not going to be able to sleep. Even after the scene, I'm wound too tightly, my thoughts tumbling over themselves. Just circle, circle, circle. I don't know why circle was repeated that many times. I yank on my hair, but the spark of pain along my scalp does nothing to calm the turmoil raging through me. I knock on my door. 3 measured beats. I know who it is even before I know who it is even before I pad naked to the door and pull it open. Hades stands there, looking as perfectly put together as ever. Isn't that always the way? He's in control, and I'm spiraling around him. My defenses are long gone, but I try to dredge them up anyway. Can I help you, sir? 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 Sorry, hang on. Hercules is here now. I mean, sorry, who? Hades. No, Hades is here.
Did you think I wouldn't notice?
What? I take a step back, and he shadows the movement. Oh, okay. It took me a second to realize what shadowing the movement was. Stepping into my suite and closing the door softly behind him. He feels bigger the second I'm locked in with him. It's as if without the outlet of the open doorway, his presence fills the room to the brim, leaving no space for anyone else. Part of it is the power he wields as easily as breathing. Most of it is just Hades. I keep backing up. I'm not even sure what I'm doing at this point. I'm incapable of running from this man, but I'm acting on sheer instinct right now. My back hits the wall, and I can't keep my little gasp in. Hades keeps advancing until he's barely an inch away, until it would be more natural for him to close that last little bit of distance.
You're hurting, love.
Damn you. I swallow hard. You stripped my donkey. I'll be hurting for days.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I can't do it. I can't answer the demand in his dark eyes. I've already stripped myself bare again and again for him. To do it right now, on command, I can't, no matter how much I need it. I should have more faith in Hades. He never needed me to express myself in words before, though he demands it often enough. He takes a step back and holds out a hand.
You should have told me.
I don't know what you mean.
Yes, you do. You're always so strong, so fearless. It took me too long to realize what was going on beneath.
I have no answer to that, so I take his hand and let him tuck me against his chest, bolstering me with his strength, protecting me from everything but the two of us. Ironic that. I inhale the subtle scent of him and something inside me starts to unwind. It doesn't matter that I know better, that this soft moment never lasts. It's enough that he's here and giving it to me right now. He guides us to my bed and nudges me to lay down. I watch him strip. It thrills me, even now, especially now, to see him dismantle such a vital part of him. Hades' clothes are his armor the same way mine are. More so, even. Why was that a different sentence? Anyway. Naked, he climbs into the bed next to me and pulls me back into his arms. We lay like that for several long moments, and he lets out a quiet sigh.
I can't be anything other than what I am, love.
My eyes burn and I shut them tight. I'm aware of that. I'm not a fool, though. Some days it certainly feels like it. He appears to be trying, and with the dark blanketing the room around us, I tentatively release some of my truth. can't help needing what I need.
I know.
He can't change, and neither can I. We fit so well, but it's not a perfect meddling. It never will be. The thought brings sorrow, too great to bear, and I shift closer to lift my face to his. He catches my mouth, anticipating my kiss. Hades always seems to know what I'm going to do before I do it. That annoys me most days. Right now, it's a relief. I like to believe he has approximate ideas of what the possible future might be, and he can predict that, and that's how he knows what to do. Although he's only right like 70% of the time. Anyway, he rolls me onto my back, pressing me down hard against the mattress, and sending pain flaring all over my donkey and thighs. I welcome it. Every touch pushes my fears away and settles something inside me. I didn't realize how much I needed this grounding until he arrived to give it to me. He carefully pushes a single finger into me, testing for tenderness, as if he hasn't overseen me fire trucking for hours in the past, and then bent me over the arm of the chair and driven into me until I begged for mercy. That sentence was about a fucking 2 paragraphs long, by the way. I'd just like to point that out. They really wanted to get out that whole sentence, huh? I lift my hips in silent invitation, but he continues at the same pace, building my pleasure in slow waves, piece by piece. He shifts his thumb against my rainbow, teasing me, and I break our kiss long enough to say, "Hades, please!" He shifts to settle between my thighs. A breath later, and his rooster is filling me in the most perfect way possible. He pins me to the bed with his hips, his weight not allowing for any movement. I cling to him, even as I try to fight for more space along his length. The pleasure and pressure and pain is almost too much. I need...
I'll always find a way to give you what you need, love. You know that.
His low and incredibly deep voice is pure sin in the darkness. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that we... Sorry, what? It doesn't matter that we're having what appears to be vanilla... Shit, do I have a word for this? Huh. What appears to be vanilla flowers. Sorry, actually, better. What appears to be vanilla ice cream. It's never Man, Hades really does love his vanilla ice cream. Sorry. I'm gonna remember that one. That's a good one. Sorry, it's just the next line fucking kills me. It's never vanilla with me. It's always chocolate or something. Fuck, man. He can't make up his mind on what kind of ice cream he wants. Fuck. Sorry, I broke character for a minute. It's never vanilla with me in Hades. Not really. Not when every touch chains me to him more thoroughly. Every word marks me as his. Just when I'm sure I can't stand it any longer, that I'll start to beg and plead, he begins to move. He's cruel in his gentleness. Cruel in showing me how things could be if we were different people. If maybe we had different flavors of ice cream. If we... Sorry, that wasn't actually in the book. If we hadn't made the same choices to get to this place. I can't breathe past needing him. He locks his grip around my fuck. I can't speak now. Hang on, I need a drink, hold on. Fuck. Give me a second. There's too much ice cream, man. There's too much ice cream going on. Okay. Sorry. Need to compose myself. He locks his grip around my wrists. Fuck. I still. Okay.
He locks his hands around my wisps.
And pins them to the bed on either side of my head. And I could weep over the need to touch him. Hades, please. He bites my bottom lip, causing me to lisp in my memories. And then I'm... Wait. Shit, do I need to... See, the problem is it's not written how I would assume this word to be written. So I might confuse it with other versions of this word. Let me just make sure this is the right context for the word. Hang on. Okay. I don't know what to replace this word with, by the way. I'm trying to think. I'm not gonna use ice cream again. Maybe cake? I don't know if cake works. Cake is a nice wholesome thing. Alright, we'll see if it fits. He bites my bottom lip, and then I'm cake, fighting against his hold, fighting to take him deeper, to hold him closer. It's a lost cause. It always has been. For once, Hades doesn't try to prolong things. He follows me over the edge, sharing this with me. He gentles his kisses and moves us back to our previous position. Him on his... Sorry. I've had too much to drink. Him on his back, with me tucked against him. His hold around me tightens, as if maybe he needs this just as much as I did. But the moment passes too quickly for me to be sure. After 10 years, this man shouldn't be such an enigma to me. Maybe he always was. Maybe I just thought I knew him, with the rash arrogance of youth, and the time proved me wrong. I'm honestly not sure anymore. He smooths my hair back.
It's you and me, Meg. Forever.
Is that a threat or a declaration of love? I don't know. I've never known. I look into his dark eyes, and in this moment, I can truly believe that this man loves me above all others. That it would hurt him beyond a measure to lose me. That he would raise this city to the ground if it meant my happiness was on the line. Then he blinks, and I can actually see him retreating. Sorrow rises, a drowning wave that I have no defense against. I tuck my face against his chest, and he lets me hide from this thought. And he lets me hide from this. And he lets me hide this from him tonight, just like he always has in the past. Some truths are too difficult to bear. I close my eyes and let the relative safety of Hades' presence around me lull me to sleep. When I wake, I am alone, just like always. Chapter 13. Now this chapter might be pretty unlucky. This chapter is so unlucky it's only 2 pages long. Holy shit. Sorry, it's a Hades chapter. Fuck, hang on. Things are going according to plan. I should be delighted beyond measure. Victory. Revenge. It all lies just over the horizon. This is the moment I've always wanted, since that bastard in Olympus declared my sentence all those years ago. Exile. A punishment I may have admired if it weren't leveled against me. Worse than the sweet oblivion of death. The moment you stop breathing, your heart ceases to beat. That's the moment you're beyond pain. Exile means to live with the agony of knowing you can never go home. That the people who you cared about the most continue to live on without you. To know how replaceable you truly are. If that was his only sin, I might have been willing to let it go. Not easily, but I know better than to waste time and resources chasing an old grudge. But no, exile wasn't enough for... Now, this can't be right. This can't be right. I wish I could take a screenshot of the book and show you what the fuck I'm looking at. But this can't be right. But no, exile wasn't enough for / Zeus. He had to take everything from me. I aim to return the favor, and if you're thinking I'm making that fucking shit up, God, no, there is a / in front of Zeus's name. There's a fucking / in front of Zeus's name. How the fuck is there a / in front of Zeus's name? And here's how I think there's a / in front of Zeus's name. When somebody was typing this, instead of using the left shift, I think they like to use the right shift instead. Sorry, wait, no, that's the other kind of slash. Oh, they must have tried to backspace something and accidentally put a fucking /. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm gonna have to make like sticky notes and show you this part in the book. I don't believe this. Anyway. I unbutton my suit jacket and sit behind my desk. The last few hours have left me tired, but certain business is best conducted before dawn. This call is one of them. I pick up the phone and dial from memory. Some knowledge never leaves us. It rings for several long moments. Oh, sorry, hang on. I think he's using a landline. I don't think Hades has a mobile phone. I think that's just Hercules that has one. It rings for several long moments before a man answers. Hold on. I just have to... Oh, okay. Hang on.
Ain't that better be good calling me at this hour?
Well, the tone reaches through time and space. For a moment, I'm foolish. I'm that foolish 20-year-old man-child who believes I'm immortal and that nothing bad could ever happen to me because I have power. I didn't know what power was then. Not in any meaningful way.
Hello, Zeus. Sorry. Hello, / Zeus.
I'm just kidding. There was only one / for Zeus. Only one. Not anymore. The man who once proclaimed we were close enough to be brothers, even if no blood connected us, inhales sharply. Why was that? Why was that? I don't think that needed to be there, but alright. That little sound pleases me greatly. I've managed to surprise him, which is a coup all its own. He finally says,
Hades! I have to say, you're the last person I expected to hear from. I'm surprised to find you're still alive.
He has an incredibly awful voice, which is unexpected by the supreme god in Mount Olympus. Sorry, that wasn't in the book. I suspected that the scattering of attempts on my own life over the years could be traced back to him. Now I know for sure. Anger rises in a steady beat, but I throttle it back. Rage has no place in this conversation. Not when I'm one misstep. Sorry, not when one misstep means defeat.
I think we both know nothing as mundane as a hard hit is enough to remove me.
Maybe not, but others aren't so lucky.
Zeus laughs. The sound bright and happy. Oh, sorry. For me, I feel like it should have been the sound of his laughter is bright and happy, but, you know, the sound bright and happy. Hades is a man of few words, apparently. He's always been able to do that, to fill a room with his joy, and to flip it off like a switch.
Why call me now? Surely you've not gone senile enough to think I'll let you back into Olympus?
I would burn that city to ash before I set foot in it again, voluntarily.
Hardly.
I keep my tone light, so light.
I've found something of yours that you've misplaced.
Now, what's that?
Caution now, as if he finally realizes that I'm still a danger to him. I let the moment spin out for several beats, enjoying this.
I've hired a new employee. Someone I think you may know.
Hades!
He warns. I ignore it.
He's rather beautiful. Blonde, strong, piercing blue eyes that remind me of a certain someone.
I chuckle.
Hercules!
Now all joy is gone from Zeus, leaving only the danger beneath.
What's to say I don't exile him, just like I did with you?
Come now. I know better, and you know better than to try that subterfuge with me. He may not be your heir, but he is your son. A traitorous son is still a son. You never release the things you own, Zeus.
I smile. Why? Why do you smile, Hades? You're on the phone, you're not FaceTiming Zeus.
He's rather self-righteous, isn't he? All he needs is a shining set of armor to go with his hero complex. I imagine he doesn't approve of the way you do business, and I decide to try to muddle through on his own. He was doing a poor job of it, truly. You should thank me for snatching him up off the street.
Now that boy is coming home, and I'll rip you to shreds if you think you can keep him from me.
There it is. The fury and rage that makes Zeus the force to be reckoned with. Once upon a time, I admired and feared the man in equal measure. No longer. This is actually starting to feel a little more like a fanfic now. You know, Hades on the phone with Zeus being like, yeah, I made a fuckboy of your son. What are you going to do about it? And like, what is Zeus going to do about it? Why should Zeus care? He like kicked him out anyway. Alright. Like, I don't know why Zeus is getting riled up about this. Like, it seems like just a moment ago in chapter 1, or chapter 2, sorry, Hercules couldn't give a shit about his father. But, alright. Alright. Moving on. In my part of Caver City, I am the monster the others fear. I am the spider in the web I intend to draw my enemy to. Hercules is nothing more than bait.
You can try. You can fail. He's mine now, Zeus. And when I'm through with him, maybe it'll be enough to begin to atone for your sins.
I hang up before he can respond. The phone immediately rings, but I ignore it. Ooh, that'll leave a mark. Let him stew in his rage the same way I have for decades. Why does Zeus care so much? Exile, for nothing more than stepping into the role that was meant for me from birth. There is meant to be a balance in Olympus, a Zeus ruling on high, a Poseidon managing the middle and mundane and, you know, the fucking oceans, and a Hades seeing to the shadows. When I was young and just as foolish as Hercules is now, I thought that balance would persevere despite Zeus's thirst for power. It never occurred to me that he'd break a treaty going back to the founding of Olympus and strike directly at the heart of me. Banishing the feared, Hades cemented his place. Wait a minute. Hold the fucking phone. Hang on. Oh, okay. Banishing the feared Hades cemented his place when his younger brothers were looking at the role with hungry eyes. No one dared cross him once they knew what lengths he was capable of. And yet, it was me and mine who paid the price for his ambition. I sit back in my chair and attempt to shrug off the weight of the past. He won't be able to stop from striking back at me over this. I'll be ready when he does. In the meantime, I'll fulfill my threat of breaking Hercules apart, piece by piece. The man may not exhibit the sins of his father, but no one grew up to that gilded hell Olympus. No one grows up in that gilded hell Olympus without being tainted beyond words. Even if he fought against it one at a time, he's not strong enough to hold out indefinitely. I can't guarantee that, even with Hercules' sorry, there's a lot of S's, apostrophe S's there. Even without Hercules' history, he won't come when Zeus calls. Meg would be hurt beyond measure. No, it's time to start binding him to us in every way, until he's happy on his knees, until he never considers his other options. If I relish the challenge, well, I'm only human.
Is he? Is he only human?
The next step begins today. Like, I don't know if this is like a couple of kids around the playground being like, yeah, let's climb Mount Olympus, and it's like actually just like a fucking, like a spider web thing, like a little like a playhouse. Like, is there really a Mount Olympus? Is there really a Zeus? What authority does this Zeus have in the mortal realm? Is he just some guy? Who is he? Like, the Zeus might as well be the fucking president. If he's in like Greece, in Mount Olympus, why the fuck should Hades care? Like, Hades seems to have a pretty decent life, you know? And like, I don't even know if the underworld is real or not. Like, because yeah, he's ruler of the underworld, his nightclub. Is there even an underworld? Like, I don't know. But I mean, I'm reading way too deep into this book. Like, way too deep. So fucking, I don't know. I don't know. Oh my god. Hold on, what chapter is it? Chapter 14? I can do chapter 14. Chapter 14 isn't too much. This one's about Hercules, though. Oh, sorry, hang on. I need to get him off the floor. There we go. Last night feels like a fever dream. I might believe it to be exactly that, if not for the faint ache along my back where Hades flogged me. It's not bruised, but there are light marks on my skin. How? He's like made of titanium. I stare at them a long time, conflicted. I wanted them last night. I want them now. It's not the crawling for this lifestyle that makes me doubt myself, though. It's the craving for him. I find the gym without too much trouble and spend an hour working through my demons. Sweating always paves the way for clearer thinking. And I've been lax in my routine since I left Olympus. Gym... Sorry, it's like... I just can't imagine for the life of me Hercules going to the gym. Like... I just don't see that ever. Like, could you imagine being at the gym one day? Just just trying your best to like, you know, lift some dumbbells and things, and it's like you're really like working out, doing a hardcore routine, and then Hercules fucking busts through the door and like I don't know, fucking lifts up like the gym equipment by his pinky finger. Like, why does this man have to go to the gym? What? Jesus Christ. He has so much strength. He can fucking move mountains. Like, so part of me likes to, here's my headcanon, alright? Like, when they were kicked out of Olympus, when Hades was kicked out of Olympus, and when Hercules fucking left Olympus or whatever, he got drained of his powers or some shit. Like, he lost the right to be strong. Okay? So now he's like striving to get back to that, like, level of physique where he was able to lift crazy bullshit with minimal effort. And so that's why he goes to the gym, and he has a fucking gym membership. But and probably the same for Hades. Like, since he was banished from Olympus, he's been no longer able to access the depths of the underworld and, you know, rule over the lives of people who have died or whatever the fuck happens in the underworld. So instead he opens his own nightclub and calls it the underworld in a way to make it feel like, you know, he's still the ruler of the underworld in a sense. To sort of get back what he's lost. Now, I don't know how they have phones in Mount Olympus. And I don't know how Hades is just like, yeah, let me just call up Zeus real fast. I know his number. Like, and that too, like, does Zeus have any power? Like, can't he just smite them on the spot? Like, I mean, he probably wouldn't do that because, you know, they're like brothers or whatever. Like, you know, gods or whatever the fuck. But Zeus would surely still have some level of power and authority over these two. Right? Anyway. It's like Superman has to wear a suit of kryptonite once he, like, maybe he just wants to be mortal for a day. And now he feels very weak and he's got to work out at the gym. Oh no. Moving on. Gym memberships are expensive and hardly qualify as necessary expenditure. Unsurprisingly, the underworld offers the best of everything. High-tech treadmills and bikes. Free weights that gleam in the bright light. Everything looks brand new and barely used, though I know better. It's an illusion, just like the rest of this place. I head for the free weights and begin the process of going through my old routine. My body remembers the motions, allowing my thoughts to wander right back to Hades. Again, having a moment. I am having a moment, Buttony, because like I'm on the fence. Is like, is this? Are these really demigods, or are these just people? And my brain is trying to make sense of that. Like, I like to believe that they did have some supernatural powers, like, you know, back in Olympus. And since being exiled and, you know, thrown out of Olympus, their powers have been stripped away of them, and now they just have to live like mortals. But is everything an illusion? I don't know. I don't know. I also don't know if Hercules is just put on a show. Like, yeah, his old routine where he lifts up like 500 kilo dumbbells with, like, you know, his index finger. And it's just nothing to him. Maybe he's exercising another muscle, I don't know. I don't know what his old routine really was. It was never mentioned. Maybe it was an illusion and he's training his, like, he's training his mental mind. He's lifting the dumbbells in his mind, alright? Maybe that's his routine. I'm gonna move on now. Wanting the man who manipulated and trapped me is the height of idiocy. Idiocy? Idiocy? Idussy. He didn't pick me by random. His cruelty is too calculated for that. If I'd stopped reacting to Meg and thought for a few minutes, I'd have realized that a long time ago, all roads lead back to Olympus, to my father. I'm sure of it. Why would it change my actions? I don't think so. Even knowing what I do now, I still want her. I should be smarter than this. But I've already proven that should has no place here. I want him. I want her. They desire me. Some things can be faked, but they both have an agenda that hints at a deeper game. My thoughts last night might have been drugged on pleasure and exhaustion, but it doesn't make them any less true. In the light of day, they feel all the clearer. Hades plans to use me to get to my father. I can't say if it'll work. My father hasn't tried to summon me since I left home. Sorry, I read that completely backwards. Allow me to reread that again. My father hasn't tried to summon me home since I left, allowing his lack of attention to translate into a punishment. He's always been like that, giving me and withdrawing love in return. Giving and withdrawing love in return. Except with Zeus, love is an edged weapon, even when he's... I feel like I've seen this word before, but I've never had to read it. He's effusive and happy. Effusive. Alright, well here's your history lesson for the day. The word effusive. I need you to do your homework and then get back to me with a 3-page essay on the word effusive. Even with family, with anyone who isn't family, they don't have the slightest bit of protection to keep my father from taking what he wants, when he wants. I hiss out of breath and push the barbell way down from my chest. The ridiculousness of the situation is not lost on me. If Hades had come to me and offered a plan to bring my father down, I would have agreed, and gladly. Instead, he used Meg as both bait and a strange kind of punishment. That is the part that doesn't make sense to me. What little I know of this man paints a picture of someone who does know, or who does nothing without a reason. He wouldn't put together a messy plan that potentially hurts the woman he appears to care about without a damn good reason. In the end, it doesn't matter what Hades' endgame is. I gave him my word. I gave my word. I'm his for life. If he was going to try to kill me, he would have done it by now. If my being here aggravates my father, I'm still furious enough to enjoy the thought of that. That anger isn't going away. Not ever. He hurts everyone he comes into contact with. He plucks them, uses them, and then disposes of them like they're tissues instead of people. And Olympus lets him. Everyone looks the other way because he has power. He's probably the only one in this book with power. And that's the only god anyone in that accursed place worships. I tried and failed to change things, so I left rather than witness it happen again and again. The door opens and holy shit, Tink walks in with her lisp and her goddamn uwu speak. Oh geez, I quickly close the door and push her out of the way and run for my life. Sorry. The door opens and Tink walks in. She gives the entire room a dirty look before settling on me.
Yo, you all.
She's wearing jeans and a t-shirt that has a picture of a skeleton holding a pair of eyes perfectly centered on each breast, with the text, "My eyes are up here." Tink is quite the character. She snaps her fingers.
Uphill, Hokey. I like your shirt.
I say dryly.
It's my day off.
She snaps back, but her lips tug up a little at the edges. She might be mean as a snake, but I like her. She gives me a long look, lingering on sweat, sickling my bare chest.
Hades wants to talk to Uwu. We should probably, shower first. Alright. What? You wanna watch?
I don't know why I offer. I'm mostly teasing, I think. Though, Tink is gorgeous enough for the situation, or that if the situation were different, I'd make a real pass at her. She raises her eyebrows.
What a cute little exhibitionist, wow.
She laughs.
Well, I know better than to getting your boys, getting the boss's toys without permission. Get Uwu's ass in the shower and be quick about it.
She follows me back to my suite, and hold on, did she just say a swear? Actually, I couldn't get through with it with the Uwu speak. Maybe she didn't, I don't know. She follows me back to my suite and takes up residence on the couch, while I head into the bathroom. I shower quickly, telling myself that it's prudence causing me to do so, rather than anticipation for seeing him again. I'm a goddamn liar. That's the fucking truest shit I've heard all day. God damn it. Damn right, Hercules. Damn right. I walk to the closet situated off the bathroom and flip on the light, and freeze. Yesterday, I dropped my bag into the middle of it with the intention of hanging up my clothes once I've had some downtime. The bag is gone. Now the space is filled to the brim. On one side is apparently my work gear, an array of fabrics in very small packages. On the other are more clothes than I've ever seen in one place since I left home. Slacks in black and grey, button-down shirts in a wide range of colors. They've even bought me a fire trucking shoes. I wrap my towel around my waist and raise my voice.
Take. I'm not watching Uwu wank it.
Her response almost distracts me from my growing irritation. I mean...
Get in here.
She walks through the door and frowns.
What? My closet.
I motion at it.
What the fire truck is this? Where the hell are my clothes?
She peers past me and gives me a look like I'm having one over her.
Was this a trick question? Uwu has plenty of clothes.
I feel like I've entered a completely different world all over again. I thought I had things down, at least a little, but I didn't expect something as surface level as this closet being filled to rock me, and yet here it is.
Where did they come from? Oh, that.
Tink rolls her eyes.
I think Uwu likes your big ol' white style, but Uwu can't dress like that in here. Ladies and the underworld have a reputation, and as employees of both, we are part of upholding that.
I point at her chest.
What about what you're wearing? Look, I have seniority, and I'm playing errand girl when I'm off the clock. So how about we don't criticize my excellent taste in clothing?
Her humor is gone, and she's glaring at me again.
Put on some clothes and let's go. I've wasted enough time and I have to do shit today.
This time I don't argue. In the end, we all answer to Hades, and expelling my frustrations at Tink is a shitty thing to do. I pull on the pair of black slacks and light grey shirt. There are ties, but I ignore them. A quick comb through my hair and I'm ready. Tink doesn't say anything as she takes me up to the top floor, and I miss her snark a little bit. She always punches the button on the button to keep the elevator door open when you reach our floor. Sorry, hang on, I completely misread that. And I miss her snark a little bit. She punches the button to keep the elevator door open when we reach our floor.
Only door Indo. That's where Uwu's headed. I'm sorry?
She blinks.
What?
So, these two voices are really weird to bounce between. These two cannot be in the same room anymore, I swear to God.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot about the clothes. I was just surprised, and you were there, and I took it out on you.
Another of those slow blinks.
Hercules, we'll barely waste Uwu's voice.
Her shock at my apology doesn't make me feel better. In fact, it makes me feel worse.
I'm sorry. Consider it forgiven.
She motions for me to get the hell out of the elevator. This time, I obey. This isn't the same office from last night, or even the same floor. I'm not sure what I expect when I push open the door, but it's not the room I find myself standing in. Aside from the big windows overlooking Kavar City, the walls are filled with black bookshelves from floor to ceiling, and the shelves are packed with books. Not just filed neatly, they're stacked as if the occupants ran out of space and couldn't bear to sacrifice even one. I barely noticed the desk and overstuffed chairs across from it, or the thick patterned rugs beneath my feet as I wandered to the nearest shelf again. Oh, sorry, again, I'm surprised. The books are genre... Wait, sorry, what? The books are genre fiction. Genre fiction? What? Like, is that... Alright, there are books there, each spine withered as if they have been reread countless times. Mystery, fantasy, romance, science fiction.
By all means, feel free to look your fill.
I jump and turn to face the desk. Hades sits behind it, watching me with an amused expression on his face. I mean, you know, judging by that image on screen, he looks pretty fucking amused. As I'm coming to expect, he's wearing black on black again. He's So again, the image on screen, the Disney Hades is not the right Hades, but essentially he's wearing a black suit. All right, the black on black is not referring to like a black robe. It's his fucking black, like a blazer and black jeans, whatever the fuck he's wearing. Anyway, he's as put together as ever, and the exhaustion weighing me down after last night seems to roll right off him. He motions to one of the chairs across from him.
Sit.
I consider standing just to make a point, but it's a silly hill I choose to die on. I walk to the closest chair and sink into it. It's a rich emerald green that somehow fits in with the rest of the office. Luxurious and sturdy and obviously well loved. The whole room feels comfortable in a way I'm not prepared for.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't intend to speak, but I don't... Oh shit, hang on, this is Hades talking? Why isn't it a different fucking...
Can I ask you a question?
I don't intend to speak, but I don't do well with secrets and bullshit. Alright, see, I'm not going to consider that one as a censorship, but you know, I'll let that one slide. I'll let the shit slide. I was going to say something about giving some shits, but I lost my train of thought there for too long. I'd rather just get this all out in the open so I can deal with it. Hades raises an eyebrow, and I just realized that I reread that improperly. Hang on.
Can I ask you a question?
By all means.
What did my father do to piss you off enough to target me?
He studies me for a long moment. Something like surprise written all over his face.
You don't have a subtle bone in your body, do you?
If I did, I wouldn't be in Kavar City in the first place. I wouldn't have found a better way to fight my father, to help Leda, to make a difference.
I'd rather see the playing field clearly.
He sits back, still seeming to consider my question. Or, more likely, considering whether or not to answer honestly or at all.
He took everything from me.
I was right. I don't know if that's good or bad at this point. I try to relax into the chair, but it's hard when I have Hades' full attention on me.
I'm not him.
I don't hurt people the way he does. I don't hurt people at all. At least, not on purpose.
Trust me, I'm well aware of that. You are, however, a possession that matters to him.
I was right. This is about revenge. I should have known I couldn't escape Olympus's politics. Even if I escaped the city itself. Kavar City seemed like a safe bet for a place to settle down, but obviously Zeus's influence has spread to even here.
It must have been bad for you to go through this much shit to get back to him.
A son for a son, little Hercules.
The implications hit me hard enough that if I weren't sitting on my knees... if I weren't sitting, I'd be on my knees. A son? My father took his from him? But that doesn't make any sense. I would have heard about it. I'm sure I would have heard about something like that.
When?
Before you were born.
He waves it away with a flick of his wrist.
I have no intention of discussing it further. You wanted to know why? There's your why. Does it make you feel better? Or would you rather an X or a Z instead?
Since he sounds genuinely curious, I answer honestly.
No.
There you have it. Oh, sorry.
There you have it.
He shrugs.
I didn't call you here for that, however. I have a task for you.
My mind whirls with the implications of what he's told me. Within all the confusion and anger, there's hurt. No reason for his motive to sting. Did I really want to hear that he saw... Did I really want to hear that he saw me across the room and couldn't rest until he had me as his own? That kind of shit only happens in movies and fairy tales. This is real life. Is it? Is it? Sorry. Katee Roberts, is it really? Mind-blowing. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you if this is real life or not. It's up in the air at the moment. I know this too well already. Of course he didn't want me. He has Meg. Meg.
Does she know about this?
But there were 1,000 ways Hades could have accomplished this goal without involving her. I don't understand that. He wields cruelty with the precision of a surgeon with a scalpel.
It's really shitty that you hurt her just because you want revenge on my father.
Hercules.
The censor in his tone makes me flush.
The conversation is closed. I trust it will stay between us.
I open my mouth to argue, but his sharp look stops me. Instead, I swallow hard.
A task?
Why is he saying a task? Who the fuck? Oh, he said that like 3 paragraphs ago. Shit, my bad. Sorry, I'm not paying off. I was like, why the fuck? A task? What task? Alright, now there is a task.
Normally, Tink acts as Meg's assistant, but her contract is coming to an end. Regardless of whether or not she chooses to stay on at the underworld, you will be trained to take her place.
I swallow.
You want me to train to be Meg's assistant?
Yes.
His gaze doesn't leave my face.
Do not fire truck her. Regardless of what else happens, that is a line you will not cross. If you do, I'll punish you both publicly.
He leans forward.
And trust me when I say that you won't enjoy it in the least.
A thrill courses through me, despite common sense whispering that across this man that crossing this man is a mistake. Even in a game. Is this a game or is this real life? Help me for the love of God. I'm still furious at Meg. Last night changes nothing, but, like with Hades, I want her enough to cloud my judgment. And the protective urges that drove me to make this bargain in the first place have been disappeared. I was about to say hasn't. Haven't disappeared. Hades obviously knows that and plans to use it against me. Is Meg in on this particular game? I don't know. Our short history more than proves that I can trust her.
Okay.
I say slowly.
Yes, sir, is the proper response.
Yes, sir.
I immediately repeat. I have a lot to think about, but in the end, change is nothing. I gave my word. If I didn't know the reason Hades wanted me, that's on me. I charged in here, thinking I knew everything I needed to know, and ended up over my head as a result. I swear to God, if Hercules is somehow Hades' son, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't know Greek mythology that well, so I don't know if Hades had a son or who Hades' son is. But, something. If by the end of this book, Hercules goes, "Dad," I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Embarrassment heats my face. All I want to do is good. But every time I turn around, I'm fire trucking things up worse than they were before I arrived. I can't keep up with the major power players, no matter how hard I try. I don't even know if I'm capable of thinking about the long game, the way Zeus and Hades do. Every time I try to slow down, my instincts get the best of me and I jump without checking for water. I need to change that about myself. I don't even know where to start. Hades studies me as if he can divine my thoughts right out of my head.
There is no shame in the impulsiveness of youth, little Hercules.
I try for a laugh, but it comes out bitter.
Are you a mind reader right now?
I don't have to be when you wear your thoughts on your face for anyone to see.
I don't know how not to.
I don't know how not to do a lot of things. Is that true, Hercules? I mean, you've done a fair bit already. This is chapter 14. You've done quite a lot. He leans forward and braces his elbows on his desk.
Time and pain are the best teachers. You'll learn. Maybe not soon enough, but you'll learn.
I should end this conversation, but he's actually talking to me with something almost like compassion. I can't trust it. I know enough to know that, but I also don't want it to end.
Were you ever like me when you were my age?
No.
His smile is quick and bitter. Man, it's a very... And he was very blunt with that statement. But his smile is quick and bittersweet.
I was much worse. Or better, I suppose, depending on how you look at it. You had the self-awareness to realize all was not as it seemed, and to look past your father's charismatic mirage. I didn't.
I can't imagine that. A Hades with stars in his eyes? It's possible he's lying to me about this too, but my gut says it's the truth. I clear my throat.
I'm sorry for what he did to you.
He takes off his glasses and pulls out a black cloth to clean the lens. It's such a mundane action, but it leaves me breathless. Jesus Christ, you're thirsty, Hercules.
Meg will be in her office. It's the next floor down.
He glances up.
Tonight, we'll have another lesson.
That's a dismissal if I've ever heard one. I should be happy to leave this man's presence, but reluctance weighs me down. That was almost a full conversation, without animosity or manipulation. Almost. I push slowly to my feet.
Well, I'll see you later then.
He lets me get nearly to the door before he speaks again.
And Hercules?
Yes, sir.
I pause, but don't turn around.
Next time you walk through that door, I don't want you wearing anything but your skin. Your delicious, supple skin. God, I just want to bite into it. Tear it off.
Holy shit, Hades.
Sorry, none of that was in the book. Chapter 15. Chapter 15 is a bit of a doozy. I might leave it there for now. Jesus Christ. Chapter 15, Meg. I think the plot development might be a little bit over, so I'm sure the next chapter will be fucking full of sex and rainbows. But save that. Save that for another time. Instead, I now have to find out where the hell I put what was it? That game. That Mega Man game. Hang on.